Tonight on CTV News at 5.
Sick system compared to other countries with universal health care. Canada spends more and gets less.
It's kind of windy here. As you can see, I decided to dress as a local, and I think everything's gonna be okay.
Andrianne's adventure, a popular influencer, puts Halifax hospitality to the test.
I enjoy it, and I like to seeing the kids come in.
Not so scary. This haunted house tones down the terror for a special night everyone can enjoy.
Well, my wife's head hit the ceiling. My son flipped, and I went,
And ready to play ball. Blue Jays superfans are pumped for the World Series.
Partly cloudy and foggy tonight with a second round of rain headed our way tomorrow.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, critical condition. Despite spending big bucks on healthcare, Canada seems to be lagging behind other countries with universal coverage. A new report suggests we have fewer doctors, fewer hospital beds, and longer wait times than most other countries with universal health care. CTV's Vanessa Wright looked into how those shortfalls are impacting the people who need care the most. Hi, Vanessa.
Hey, Maria. Well, Canadians are in constant search of those services, but accessibility continues to be a challenge in this country. This diagnostic imaging center in Halifax just opened in February. They offer same-day MRI and ultrasound services.
We have a lot of people coming in, but primarily they're looking for answers.
Demand has picked up with clients coming in from across the Maritimes. They aim to get people their test results back within a 72-hour window.
We get a lot of patients tell us about how they don't want to wait, and hence them coming to us for quicker appointments.
Despite the fact that Canada ranks among some of the highest spenders on healthcare worldwide, Canadians aren't necessarily getting bang for their buck.
The study shows Canada's healthcare system is one of the developed world's most expensive universal access healthcare systems. And yet, for that very high level of expenditure, we get some of the worst access to physicians and medical technologies in the developed world, and some of the longest wait times for access to care in the developed world.
The study done by the right-leaning Fraser Institute found that Canada has fewer doctors, hospital beds, MRI machines, and CT scanners compared to other countries with universal health care. In 2023, Canada ranked 27th out of 30 for the relative availability of doctors. In 2022, we ranked 27th out of 31 for the relative availability of MRI machines and 28th for CT scanners. Experts say those things may explain long wait times.
Atlantic Canadians face some of the longest waiting lists for healthcare within Canada. So in fact, the problem in Atlantic Canada when it comes to waiting is much worse than the national average, which means relative to other developed nations, it is in last place by a great big distance.
I'm surprised by that. I'm not totally surprised, but on that hand, I'm a little bit surprised.
Well, I think that for Canadians across the whole country, that wait times just need to be shorter. They need better access to healthcare, and they need to consider not making everything private.
But the Fraser Institute says allowing for private providers is part of the solution.
Allowing private providers to be involved in that competition is going to get us more healthcare for the dollar, better healthcare for the dollar.
Now, countries like Australia and Switzerland also have universal health care systems, but manage to spend less than what Canada spends, and yet they have better wait times, prompting the question, what should we be doing differently? Maria?
That is a good question, the million-dollar question, actually, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We are asking, would you pay for healthcare services to avoid a long wait list? Your options are yes, no, and your final option, it would depend on the cost. Go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, Jesse Thomas now standing by at the anchor desk with a look at the day's headlines. Hi there, Jesse.
Hi there, Maria. Yes, a lot of news headlines to get to today. Police have released the identity of a woman whose body was found on Fredericton's north side. The victim has been identified as 28-year-old Montana Solomon. Police are investigating her death as a homicide. We'll have that story in the latest tonight at 6. Still in New Brunswick, the government is back in the legislature today. It was Premier Susan Holt's second speech from the throne, where health care, housing, and education promises were all made. CTV's Laura Brown is keeping track there. We'll have more at 6. And new numbers out today show that inflation in Canada jumped by 2.4% in September. Canadians already had a lot of worries when it comes to buying, and now with Christmas a little more than 2 months away, another study shows increased stress levels when it comes to affording this year's gifts. More on that tonight at 6. For now, let's go over to CTV meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell, who's in the Weather Center. Hey, Kaylin.
Hey there, Jesse. So, of course, we had a round of rain and showers that moved across the Maritimes both last night and continuing into today. Temperatures and behind that wet weather now as we're moving into the early evening are mostly sitting around the low to mid-teens. Checking in on the winds around the region, we can see that they're still mainly out of a southerly direction, and they're being sustained in a lot of cases between 10 and 30 kilometers per hour. We do have some stronger gusts than that being reported. Some of those wind gusts in the vicinity of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Except getting some enhancement over the Cape Breton Highlands for northern areas of Inverness County. The weather station at Grand Etang currently reporting a wind gust maxing out at near 69 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at things on radar and satellite. Now, there's still some wet weather left in the region. The band of rain is yet to clear Cape Breton. That will happen over the next few hours. Generally for Cape Breton, it's been bringing in some amounts of around 5 to 10 millimeters. There's some scattered showers back through other parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, and a broader area of showers that's making its way to northern areas of New Brunswick. And there may be some additional rainfall amounts in that of up to around a few millimeters. Now, after the rain and showers wraps up, which will happen as we move through this evening, it'll be a partly cloudy sky tonight with fog patches developing. We have another very similar weather front that is set to arrive for tomorrow. Right now, it is currently making its way through parts of southern Ontario and the northeastern United States. It's expected to arrive in western parts of the Maritimes as early as Wednesday afternoon, with some rain and some showers from it becoming more widespread heading into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So I'll talk more about that when I'm back just a little bit later on. Maria.
Excellent. We'll see you just a little later on, Kaylin. Right now, though, we're going to take our first break on CTV News at 5. Stay with us, though, because just ahead, find out how to win an 11-night Costa Rican adventure. We also have these stories.
I'm Derek Haggett with my spooky friend here in Irishtown, New Brunswick. Coming up on CTV News at 5, I'm going to tell you about a man who puts together this haunted house at the community center here year after year. I'll explain to you why he does it. That story is coming up.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Mahmechov, and I will tell you about my trip to Halifax coming up.
Celebrate the outstanding class of 2025. The Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame induction ceremony takes place Saturday, November 8th at 7 p.m. at the Lighthouse Arts Centre in Halifax. Visit nsshf.com to purchase tickets.
Welcome back. A content creator from Ukraine who's earned a huge social media audience tasting iconic Canadian food ventured to the East Coast this week. CTV's Mike Lamb met with him as he toured some of the Halifax attractions and tried local delicacies.
My name is Andrea Mahmechov, originally from Ukraine, but I moved to Saskatchewan 3 years ago, and it's my first time in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Good morning, everyone. I just arrived to the Peggy House. I'm doing social media and I'm trying to explore Canada as much as possible. And it was just a random comment in one of my posts, and it was something about lobsters and crabs. And I Googled it, something like Halifax fishermen, and I posted my first video. And a lot of people from Halifax followed me, and I got like so many emails. You can visit my family, you can stay with me, you don't need to stay in a hotel, I will ask my friends. And people were so nice, and okay, I must visit.
I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier.
I've been to Peggy's Cove, I've been to Museum of Immigration, I've been to public gardens. I feel like I done all the tourist attractions. I tried lobster rolls. Let's take a bite. For some reason, I feel sad after eating a lobster because now I'm seeing like lobster in my eyes, but yeah, it was delicious. Donair tried yesterday.
I think in some really bad places, whereas the meat is not fresh, you can have really strong diarrhea from it. It's really delicious.
When I was Googling, I kind of imagined that everything everywhere, like people wearing this like fisherman's clothes, waterproof, but I haven't seen anyone yet, but I always carry even my waterproof pants in case someone needs help to catch crops of lobsters. As you can see, I decided to dress as a local, and I think everything's gonna be okay. Thank you. Someone likes my hat. When I said I'm coming to Halifax, everyone was like, oh, they have like funny accents, they're so funny, they're so nice. I was thinking a lot about it, and when I just arrived in airport, I asked where is the bus stop, and the person who I asked, he was like, don't worry, I will take you. He just grabbed my hand and he took me to the bus stop. And I feel like everyone has some story and they are so kind to share it and to chat. I really enjoy people here. Thank you so much for welcoming me, for helping me, for the feedback, for recommendation. I'm really excited to be here, and yeah, I cannot wait to come back.
Well done. Welcome and safe travels.
Oh, I'm glad he had a great time, and he certainly had the right outdoor wear for periods of time today as some wet weather was moving through.
I love the waterproof pants, as he calls them. Yeah.
Maybe he went on the harbor hopper. That's where those waterproof pants
would it come in handy?
Absolutely. So yeah, we did have a little bit in the way of some rain, some showers, and some gusty winds in the region today. You can see it wasn't a perfect sunny beach day at Lawrencetown Beach here. I'll have more on the forecast coming up after.
Start your morning with us for what you need to start your day. News, weather, and even a little fun. Your Morning Atlantic with Amanda Devison, Crystal Garrett, and Latavia Beezer. Weekdays from 6 to 9 on CTV2 and CTVAtlantic.ca.
Welcome back. We launched a brand new contest this week. CTV has teamed up with CAA Atlantic and Colette for our Costa Rica is Calling contest. We are giving away an unforgettable 11-night tour for two of beautiful Costa Rica. The winner will explore San Jose, hop aboard a riverboat for a jungle crocodile safari and bird watching excursion, and choose from a zip-lining adventure or volcano lava field hike. Each weeknight from now until October 31st, we will give you a keyword. Once you have it, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per keyword, and the winner will be announced November 7th. Okay, you ready for it? Tonight's keyword is rainforest. Take that and good luck. Kaylin, would you want the zip lining or the volcano floor walk? Which is your...
Have to choose?
Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't, but...
I kind of want to go with zip lining.
Yeah, I think...
Although a volcano floor walk would be really cool as well. Zip lining.
Zip lining.
That's final answer.
I'm going zip lining too. I think so. Yeah, we'll see what the winner chooses though.
Yeah. So the word there, of course, was rainforest. And speaking of forest, we're going to carry on with our fall color safari here in the Maritimes by going up to the Sydney area for today. We can still see some of those leaves clinging on the trees. So I don't know about you, Maria, but I noticed plenty of those leaves down on the ground this morning.
A ton to clean up.
Yeah, with the rain and the gusty winds. Doesn't take much out of these fall weather systems to knock some of those leaves loose at this time of the year. All right, let's take a look at what's going on our weather systems map. Barometric pressure, of course, now lower as it is a low pressure system and a weather front moving through. You know what? There's a near identical weather system to it that's now currently making its way through parts of the Great Lakes and into the northeastern United States. It's going to be arriving in the Maritimes for tomorrow with some very similar weather conditions, a mixture of some rain and some showers for the region with some variable rainfall totals. In a lot of cases, it could be as little as around 2 to 5 millimeters of rain, and other areas with a little bit of luck picking up another 5 to 15 millimeters. Taking a look at things on radar right now, speaking of some rain and some showers, basically down to some lighter rain and showers with our current weather system. It is possible that around areas of northern New Brunswick, maybe a few parts of Prince Edward Island, locations in Cape Breton, that could amount to some additional amounts of trace up to around a few millimeters locally, but that should be about it. And the bulk of that wet weather is going to be coming to an end as we continue to move through this evening. The overnight hours, cloudy cloudy periods with fog patches developing around the Maritimes. If you're hitting the roads early tomorrow morning, be careful about areas of reduced visibility with some fog present. And then it's increasing cloudiness on Wednesday with the next round of wet weather beginning to show up Wednesday afternoon through western areas of New Brunswick as well as the southwest of Nova Scotia. Once again, a mixture of some rain and some showers. It'll progress west to east across the region as we head through Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. The bulk of that rain does look like it is going to be clear of the Maritimes by early Thursday morning. On Thursday, maybe just a low chance of a couple isolated showers around Cape Breton, otherwise clearing to a mix of sun and cloud, and it should be a mostly breezy and pleasant day. Speaking of breezy, winds for today, we're on the blustery side. Now, the wind gusts continue to diminish a little bit as we make our way towards midnight. The wind direction, though, remains out of the south and southwest, and tomorrow's wind is going to be southerly. It does start to increase a little bit for the afternoon with some of the gusts coming up into the range of 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, but becomes blustery again by Wednesday evening and Wednesday night as that front gets a little bit closer and we get squeezed by the pressure gradient a little bit more here in the Maritimes. That's when some of the peak wind gusts could come up between 30 and 50 kilometers per hour. The southerly winds do carry on Wednesday night, and a southwest wind persists into Thursday, and that's going to help to keep temperatures a little bit the milder side through that set of days here in the Maritimes, with cooler temperatures arriving through the end of this week and for the upcoming weekend. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight for New Brunswick will be falling into a range of 7 to 10 degrees, down to around 8 to 10 for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and most lows for Nova Scotia tonight between 8 and 11. Highs in the forecast for tomorrow, again, despite that it's increasing cloudiness and another round of rain and showers on the way in, they're pretty mild because of those southerly winds. They're going to be between 15 and 17 degrees for many areas in New Brunswick, a little bit cooler up towards the northwest, near 17 degrees for Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island, and high temperatures for Nova Scotia in a lot of cases will be up around the high teens. Taking a quick look at Thursday's forecast, we get in behind that weather front and we're over to a fair weather mix of sun and cloud, and high temperatures will be mostly around the mid-teens for the region. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 7-year-old Aurora Drain. Aurora sent us a drawing of the leaves coming down, along with a pterodactylus. Now, usually I think turkey in the fall, but I have to admit the pterodactylus is much, much cooler. Thank you, Aurora. If you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, they can come into CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So we are inching closer and closer to Halloween, which is a special and frightful time of the year for most kids, but it can be a season of scares that are a bit too much for some. CTV's Derek Haggett now on a unique haunted house.
It's almost Fright Night for Mark Gagnon. The programming director at the Irishtown Community Centre has been in charge of the annual haunted house for about a decade now. It's a winding maze full of demons, ghosts, witches, zombies, and dancing aliens.
I enjoy it, and I like to seeing the kids come in, even the adults, just having a big smile on their face or getting scared, and they're enjoying it.
Gagnon and his group of volunteers from local schools and the community have turned the hall into a house of horrors. But it won't be too horrific tomorrow night. The center will host a wheelchair-accessible and sensory-friendly evening Wednesday for those in need and for those who scare easily.
For tomorrow night, we'll have the haunted house fully lit up. No fog machine, no strobe lights, no big effects, so anybody can come through and enjoy the haunted house.
A lot of parents really appreciate the less than frightful first evening.
We have a lot of parents that call back, thank you very much for doing this for us, and that's what we're here for. We're here for the community, and it's open for everybody.
It's a lot of work for the group of volunteers who try to keep adding and updating the experience every year, but it's all worth it.
And we had some people that came through last year 2 or 3 times, so they're really having fun.
There's also a haunted trail behind the community center that will open over the weekend. The haunted house will also be open from Thursday to Sunday, but with strobe lights, a fog machine, and moving objects. So enter if you dare. Derek Haggett, CTV News, Irishtown, New Brunswick.
Thank you, Derek. All right, time for our final break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, we'll swing for the fences in this story.
Back goes Rosarena. She's gone.
I'm Ryan McDonald in Sydney. Immediately after shared collective experiences like the big Blue Jays World Series berth-clinching win last night, it usually isn't hard to get people to share their emotions. And today, a couple of Jays superfans did just that. We'll check in with them coming up later.
Welcome back. The Blue Jays going back to the World Series for the first time since 1993 has the country buzzing. CTV's Ryan McDonald met with a couple of super fans who weren't shy about showing their emotions.
Back goes Arozarena. She's gone!
It was the home run heard across the country last night, and at his home in Glace Bay, Ronnie Locke's neighbors just might have heard him celebrating.
Well, my wife's head hit the ceiling. My son flipped, and I went, come on, Vladdy.
Locke was in the seats at Rogers Center taking this video when Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit what is now the second most famous home run of the Blue Jays' journey to their first World Series in more than 3 decades.
That was pure energy, and I talked to one of my friends, Kelly. He was there last night. He said the roof was coming off, man. I wish I was there.
Oh, man, how exciting this is now to see them going back to the World Series.
Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt. Left field, way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions.
Liam Scanlon was 10 years old when the Jays last got this far in 1993. With the World Series against the LA Dodgers set to begin in Toronto on Friday, he says to see them win again as a grown-up would be the stuff dreams are made of.
Well, I've been waiting another 30 years for this to happen. It'd be just the greatest thing ever if they could pull this off.
I strongly, strongly believe that we can win this World Series. We can beat the Dodgers.
That was the bold prediction Ronnie Locke made on this broadcast 2 weeks ago after the Blue Jays beat the Yankees and before anyone knew for sure they would face LA in the World Series.
It would mean I'd have to get my wife to Toronto because we're definitely going.
So now that the stage is set, will they be able to get there?
I don't know. I was checking the ticket prices. We're at $2,000 to $4,000 a ticket. So, Sharon, are you watching?
Since the last time this happened was 32 years ago, it just might be worth blowing the bank over. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Glace Bay.
There's Ryan with a little bit of encouragement. Sharon, you make that decision. Go Jays, go. We'll have more coming up tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. The national news is next.